Welcome back. Well, I'm gonna get out this morning. It's pretty good here this morning. It's what, like probably upper 70s right now. Got a good little breeze blowing. Feels a lot better than it has been the last few weeks. And so while it's a little cool this morning, I'm gonna get here this morning. Kim said the garden's about played out, so she wants me to start bush hogging and getting it disted in and get ready to start planting. What else you gonna plant next time?
I'm gonna plant some more spinach and some fall stuff. I want to do some more sunflowers and zinnias, so they'll come on, so I can do some cut flowers for the fall.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to get this cleaned up this morning. Like I said, I'll let you take a look at it. So here it is. It looks good and all. Looks good, green. We've had some rain the last few days and everything, but it just ain't producing anything. What you said? What?
Well, it's just the hot weather, like the butter beans, the pods fell off before they even made.
Yeah.
But you can look at the butter bean blinds, it's just as green and pretty as they can be, but they just ain't producing nothing. The peas want nothing but vines and want hardly no peas produced. I don't know what in the world this year.
Got just a little bit of corn and it's played out. But so I'm gonna start bush hogging this stuff, get it cleaned up, and I'm gonna go ahead and probably go ahead and do the flowers and everything too, ain't we?
Yeah.
And get everything but what, the okra?
Just the okra still producing, and I was going to try.
We got a few tomato plants still right on growing.
Yeah,
you want to save them?
No.
You gonna lose them too?
Go ahead and get them, and just my pepper up there. They're right
at
there,
the other end,
and there's some okra at the other end. I'm gonna try to save them because they're still green and still got some little peppers.
You go ahead and bush hog the sunflowers, what's left, and the other flowers too.
Yeah, because I'm gonna put some more. They're about played out.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up. The weeds have took over right there. You can't do but so much for so long, and after a while you can't get in there and plow it no more, and the grass has really took it up there. If nothing else produced in this garden, the grass did. So I reckon I'm gonna get on the tractor and go ahead and start bush hogging stuff. But before I do that, I tell you, we had a little excitement here the other night. It was what, Tuesday night, I think it was?
Yeah, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, I'd already gone to bed. She ain't gone to bed yet, and I was dead to the world. And it was about, I don't know, right at midnight, wasn't it?
It was about 11:40, 11:30, quarter to 12.
She comes running in there and says, "You need to get up. There's something going on outside." And I didn't know what it was. I figured it was probably just the cows or something. So she said, "No, there's blue lights and there's a truck in the over in the watermelon patch." I saw. Well, I got up and looked, and sure enough, blue lights all here in the backyard and a truck in my watermelon patch. So I got up, come out here and checked around, and come to find out, the next county over, they saw a fella had warrants on him, and of course he took off and ran from them. So he made it into our county, which he won't really that far out of our county anyway, but anyhow, they crossed over to our county, come up the side road over here behind us, and I'll kind of show you right here what all he did. They came in that side road over yonder. On the other side, you see that house way over there, I reckon you can. And they came in over there, and on that other side road over there, the farmer that tends this part over here, he's got some little metal gates up. He dumps his like bulk fertilizer and stuff out over there, and they use it to, they go from there and spread it everywhere else in the carrot. But anyway, he's got a couple of gates up over there. They're always open most of the time. Well, that guy saw those gates open. He pulled in that driveway down there. Well, he comes in through that field way over yonder. He comes up that tree line right there, and he comes all the way up this tree line behind the bean field right here. And I don't know if you can really see him good or not anymore, but there's his tracks right there in my man's field. They cut it right through there, come right on through here, and I don't know how in the world he missed both these T-posts right here, but he missed them. And he came right on across the driveway, and I don't know why the dummy didn't hit my driveway and just go back out to the road right there, but like I say, it was about midnight. He probably couldn't see, and he didn't know where he was at anyway. But he comes right on over here, drives right on into my pumpkin and gourds and my watermelon patch, and he stops about right there. Jumped and ran, and they tried to track him, but they couldn't find him. I don't know where he went to, because none of my fences got tore down anywhere, and all the fences are still good, and thank Lord he didn't run through my fences and tear it down for the cows to get out. But I'm glad I hate he stopped in my watermelon patch, but I'm glad he stopped where he did, not going through my chicken coop or the fence over there. But that scoundrel, he disappeared. They were right behind him, two deputies and a highway patrolman. But he got gone somehow or another. I'm sure he probably went through here somewhere and laid down, but they took the dog and they tracked him, and they went behind the hay bales, back over behind the trucks and everything behind the house, and checked and everything. Couldn't find him nowhere. But they knew who he is, so they'll just add this to his list of felonies.
There's a shoe still out there in the patch.
And the boy got out of the truck so fast he left his Crocs here in the yard, and I got to get them up. They're still over there. But yeah, he didn't do too much damage, I reckon. He got a couple of our gourds. That was going to be a good one, and he missed that one and got that one over there. But one thing he did lose though was his truck, because they took a rollback, come got it. And here in North Carolina, if you run from the law, they got a law called running you're done. And so it was a nice Ford pickup. I mean, I took a picture of it. It was a nice truck, and 4-wheel drive, nice pickup. But he won't get that one back. It'll be at one of the sales coming up. But anyway, a little bit of excitement. But I told Kim, I said, he probably laid down this old snaky looking garden right here. But me and them other deputies, and then of course our guys came up here too, and we looked and looked, and that scoundrel disappeared. And I was figuring he might be laid in that right in there somewhere or another, but he most time them boys should jump and run. If they can get away from me for a minute, they'll lay down somewhere and hide until everybody leaves, then they'll get up and call their buddy to come pick them up side the road somewhere. And that's probably what he did, but they'll get him again sooner or later. So, well, I reckon I've talked long enough. Time to get on here and start bush hogging. So, before it does get too hot today, but it's gonna look a whole lot better when we get this mess cleaned up. Well, that was it. Don't take as long to cut it down as it did to plant it and everything else. It's all bush hogged in now, so I'll let it die a day or two. Probably come back here and start disting back over it, try to get it back ready again. Get it ready to start all over again. We won't want to dist in the watermelon patch on this side over here, but we decided to go and get it too while we're there. So Kim got it, these watermelons right quick that was already ripe. Well, almost ripe. I ain't sure about down right there, but it's probably. If it ain't good for us, it'll be good for the chickens. So,
yeah, I went ahead and got them up. I know I can give them to the chickens if we don't eat them.
Yep, so got them up out of the way, and still got our other little patch that starting to come off pretty good, and pumpkins and the bird gourds and the other watermelons over there. That's the seedless ones over there, ain't it?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
So, all right, I reckon since I got the tractor all hooked up, the old pasture over there needs bush hogging too, so not that part there we got the middle in, but the other pond, around the pond and everything, it's got them old, I don't know what you call them things, some old cattail looking things, I don't know what
fuzzy looking thing, I don't know what,
they
just,
just,
what you call them.
They're aggravating as they can be, and
it's this time of the year, they always come up about this time.
Might as well go ahead and get that cut while I got the bush hog hooked up. Be done with that. Well, they're at their all favorite gathering spot here at the tree. Oh, I had to get down and get all of Elmo's toys up, put in his toy box over there again. But this is their favorite place. Hey George, what you doing? Yeah, you don't like them old things neither, do you? You turn your head from here. Alright, I'm gonna try to cut around everybody and y'all stay in the shade as long as you can. It ain't too bad today. Look at old Fatty over here laying down. Hey Betsy. No, that's Molly. Yeah, that's Molly. What are you doing, Elmo? You laying down taking her easy? It's your resting time today. Oh, I got to spray you for flies. They bothering you right on, ain't they? Yep. Get them. What are you doing, little bull calf? All right, I got everything done except for this part right here, so. What is it, Bella? What are you doing? Huh? About ready to have your calf? All right, I'm gonna get back at it. If I don't hurry up, might storm on us later on, I don't know. I see you, bull calf. What do you want? All right, y'all take it easy. I'll be back in a minute. It's done. Well, let's see if they'll come out. Decided they're big enough now to let out in a little small part of the pasture here. We're going to let them out here for a few days and let them get used to being outside. Then we may extend this pen on out a little bit more and get this fence tightened up from where it's kind of sagged down so bad. Got some grass there they can be pecking and eating on, so maybe they'll come on out in a minute. They're wanting to. They're big enough. There we go. No, don't peck the fence there, dummy. You can get bit. They'll figure it out after a while. Well, it won't take much to keep them in anyway. So if they get out, don't matter. We got the garden not disted in, but we got it bush hogged anyway, so it ain't hurt nothing. They might get to the watermelons, pumpkins over there, but they'll go back in there at night and roost anyway, so. They're slowly coming out. Well, I got the garden section disted up pretty good this morning and drove down here to see Kim at the shop for a little while and got ready to go back and start doing a little more disting on it. Nothing. Tractor would not start, do anything at all. I mean, just that quick. It had quit everything. So, wasn't quite sure what it was. Messed around with a little bit. Thought it might have been the regen stuff at first because the little regen light was flashing on it, but the engine wouldn't turn over. So I knew there was something other than that. So hooked some jumper cables to it and finally got it built up enough to where it would click, just wouldn't have enough to start. So the battery's been this thing since it was new. Got it in 2019, so it's been a good battery. So I'm hoping it's just a battery. Went to town a while ago and got us another one, so see if we can get that thing put in and see if it was the battery. I hope that's all it was. Oh my goodness. Too much stuff in the way. There it went. Didn't know if it's gonna fit at first. See how all this good stuff goes on there. Reckon that goes on there like that. Put this under the bottom. Grab my tools. Of course, it's like everything else. Once you get to working on it, you got to take half of it apart to get to what you want to work on. This old big air canister box, it was over here with wires hooked to it. And it sits right on top of this battery box. So let's see if we can get all this here to sink back down like it's supposed to. Of course, they got bars everywhere. It would help if I tighten it instead of loosen it. I probably should have scuffed those terminals up before I did this, but I didn't. Maybe it'll work. We're going to act like it is anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this other piece back up there where it belongs. There we go. I had kind of twisted that, I reckon. Alright, so that's lined up. That's just going to be like it is, I guess. I wonder if I can get this handle to lay over one-sided. Nope. That little handle on that battery is wanting to hold it off. Aggravating thing. Come here. You know what I might do? I might just cut that handle off. I believe it will, because it's all in the way. Let's see how good this old knife is. Oh yeah, she's pretty good. Push these pieces down out of the way now. There we go. Now she's fitting. Whoo-wee. If I hadn't seen it, it's got hot out here again today. You don't know nothing breaks down till the heat of the day. So it'd be like we about got her licked now. All right. Probably should have tried to crank it before I could put all that together, but it's together now, so we'll try it. So far, so good. Everything looks good. Whew, I'm glad that's all that was, because I thought at first it might have been the deaf stuff. Try to get some old junk out of here while I'm under the hood. Well, it's been another hot week here. It's like 90 something today, I think. You can't even go outside and do nothing without just pouring down sweat. Just got through feeding up this afternoon and finally put a bale of hay out there for the cows, and Elmo and them has been there the whole time. They took about 2 breaks, went to the pond, got some water, came right back. So they're glad to have some hay finally. And hadn't checked the hay field in the last week or so, but I'm sure it's growing pretty good. Hopefully we can get one more cutting out of it, I hope, this year before it gets too cold. But we finally got the garden fixed up. We got it bush hogged, got it disted in, got everything took care of for that, and probably need to go over a couple more times. There's a little bit of grass that had got in it, and killed most of it and got it all disted in, but there's still a few places I need to kind of work on. Because what else you gonna plant later on? Sunflower seeds again, and
I'm gonna do sunflowers and my zinnias again, so I could have some cut flowers for the fall,
yeah.
hopefully, and some spinach and some greenery, the green stuff that does really good in the fall.
Yep.
And I might plant a couple of cucumbers or something under just to have coming off.
Yep. So I'm trying to work on that a little bit more this week coming up, and went ahead and bush hog part of the bird gourds and the pumpkins where they were. We got most of that stuff out of that we could save. I left the watermelons on that side for right now. Update on that. They did catch that guy finally a couple of days later, and of course he's already posted bond and got out, but that's just the way it goes. But anyway, got the garden about ready to start planting again, and tried to kind of have me stumped a little bit the other day because that battery died that quick. But that was what, $229 for that battery.
It's a little over $200.
Yeah, I can't believe how much batteries and stuff cost now for what it used to. But anyway, hopefully it's good for another 6 years. That battery lasted, what, 6 years, won't it? So maybe this will last about 6 more years too. So, but we got that put together and got everything back to running again, and everybody's been fed, everybody's doing good. And Bella still hadn't had her calf yet, but she looks like she could have it any minute now. But they've been staying under shade trees a lot right lately. It's been so hot. So I reckon that's going to about wrap it up for this week. Time to go in the house, get stuff ready for next week, go ahead and get it started. And again, we appreciate you joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends and neighbors, and sure hope you come back on the next video.